I think it's a crime that more people don't know about this music group, and I think they've brought me so much joy, and I'm so much joy to all the people that I've shared them with, that I'm going to go ahead and make this video to share them with all of you. So let's take it from the top. Who are these guys? They're Laszewo. They're from here, which is Santa Barbara, California, originally founded by Matt Ehrlich and Justin Delafonte in about 2017. The group started by posting their songs Ramen Noodles and Guava to SoundCloud, which a lot of people still haven't heard since that's the only place you can currently listen to them. Going into 2018, their sound began to develop a little bit more and things started to kick into gear. They did a remix of the Walmart Yodeling Kid, aka Mason Ramsey, who has his own very successful career nowadays. On August 14th, they released Dissolve, which is one of their first notable works. December 6th saw them release Can't See Without You with Aspen Dawn, which followed the more traditional pattern of finding someone to do vocals rather than having it be someone within the group. So at this point, I think it makes sense to break down what makes Laszewo different, what makes them unique, why it works, and I think the main thing is that they're electronic music that doesn't necessarily fit the EDM mold. It's a little bit more chill, it's still electronic, but they kind of have this down-to-earth sound as opposed to something like maybe Flume, which is a little bit more abstract or alien, or something like Odessa, which is like very regal, kind of sounds like a movie soundtrack. There's a little bit more of a story or a message in a lot of their songs than other electronic music, which makes it rewarding to listen to because there's a little bit more of a deeper meaning. And I'm not saying it's too deep, but it's usually something that can't be explained in 3 words. Another thing is that they're rather genre agnostic. In interviews, they'll actually describe that they wouldn't necessarily say that the group has a single genre, although the closest thing that I've heard is maybe pop EDM or flow, which makes them unique because there's not any other group that has a sound similar to theirs. So when you listen to Can't See Without You, it's their first song that really captures this niche of theirs. They have a drop, which is something that's normally exclusive to just electronic music, and they're able to have the electronic sounds mesh really well with the vocals and still sound pretty. And this is where I would kind of end the Bronze Age of Laszewo, because what happens next ends up changing the band forever. If you've gone to a Laszewo show, chances are you've heard this story before because they love retelling it, but Matt and Justin were simply walking around when they heard their next door neighbor singing along to karaoke, and they loved her voice so much they went over, introduced themselves, and offered for her to be a part of their music. This girl was, of course, Kiva Booley. Kiva was not originally part of the group, but instead was a feature, and was on their single Up in Flames, which debuted in late 2018, and was a massive success. Working alongside Justin and Matt, the 3 went on to produce Don't Walk Away and Colors before Kiva officially joined the group on August 31st of 2019. This was one of the best eras of Laszewo. Their chemistry was really working and they were exploring all kinds of new ideas, releasing Night Watch, Diamonds and Demons, Sad Bitch, Fuck Your Sunshine, before performing a live show on September 3rd, 2020 in the Inez Mountains, teasing new tracks that would be on their upcoming EP, Us in Motion. This new EP signaled an evolution for Laszewo. It was their first longer form work. They released a merch line alongside of it, and it's my personal favorite of their work. At this point in time, the group was much more well known and had established themselves as a part of the EDM community. In late 2021 and 2022, Laszewo made up for lost time by playing a lot more live shows, although they also released absolute bangers like Colorado and You Taste Like Sundays. On October 7th of 2022, they got an Adventure Club remix, which helped expose them to new audiences, and also has a cool little reference on the album cover. You can see that Laszewo is still there in the corner. In 2022, the group seemed to hit a bit of a ceiling, as they had a small niche that they served very well, but there just simply wasn't that many people in it. They sometimes struggled with not having a defined genre, and their style just wasn't great for larger EDM shows where they would have been playing in front of bigger audiences and getting more exposure. In 2023, they had their first ever headliner show at the Roxy in LA, and did a lot more collaborations, including a Little Planets remix from Riz Lavigne, which is one of their most popular songs, When I'm Alone with Goldfish, Not Around with Nico X Sway, and a remix of Emmett Fenn's Control. The group's individual work was less well received that year, and Kiki briefly left the group, citing stress and going home to the UK before rejoining them later that year. Kiki, FYI, we're very glad to have you back.
I saw a shimmering light, it took me back to those days.
And now the year is 2024. So far they've released a collaboration with their tour manager in Feet Stuck on the Ground, a collaboration with EDM legends Louis the Child and Pluko in Slow, and worked alongside Distant Matter, someone who's opened at a lot of their shows, in a remix of Miles Smith's Stargazing, and also in their new house song, Break a Sweat. Break a Sweat is interesting in that it's distinctly not Laszewo's traditional formula, and is them conforming to a genre that already exists, and collaborating alongside an artist that they have some experience with. The most exciting news from this year is clearly their album. Woo! It's probably been several years in the making. I've been waiting for the Laszewo album. They've started releasing a lot of the singles from it. So far, it sounds pretty good. We'll see how it actually ends up. That is due to release August 31st, the 5th anniversary of when the band got together. And that is the history of Laszewo from its inception to today. And plenty of their songs deserve attention in their own individual reviews, but we'll be skipping that to go over some other Laszewo fun facts. First off, if you haven't already noticed, their logo actually features the L in it from their name. That wasn't immediately obvious to me. They do go by Laszewo, and that pronunciation is made clear on their phonetics merch. But here's what Laszewo actually sounds like in Polish.
Laszewo.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. At this point, Laszewo has performed in countless different cities, including in larger festivals like EDC Orlando 2022 and opening for Two Friends on their Big Booty Land tour. So hopefully that's inspired you to give them a listen, and if you're already familiar, hopefully you learned something you didn't know before, and watch out for their album In Color coming out at the end of the month, August 31st. Until then, see you guys later.